Hello! Welcome back. Good evening, guys, to another section and episode of JJ Sports Tour. I'm your host, Mr. Jose Juan. We're here live in White Wolf Studios in South Carolina, hoping and wishing everybody has had an excellent weekend and a good start to your week. Today is boating day. I hope all of you were able to go and cast your boat. Remember, your voices are always good to be heard. With that being said, the World Series is finally over. Baseball season is among us, and congratulations to the Houston Astros for getting their second World Series. The second one. The first one was in 2017, but this time they were led by Dusty Baker, who got finally his first ring. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer for sure. On to the games itself. The Houston Astros, Game 5, Justin Verlander on the hill for the Philadelphia Phillies, Noah Syndergaard. Now, it was going to be what defined Verlander because, let's be honest, he was awful in the World Series so far, in all his previous outings as well. So it was basically a bounce back game, a legacy game is what people called it. And he was able to get the win. The final score was 3-2. Justin Verlander, 6 innings pitched, 6 Ks, only 1 earned run. Now, keep in mind, the final score was 3-2. Astros came out on top by who else? World Series MVP, rookie, Mr. Jonathan Pena. He did it once again, got them on the board 1-0. It was followed by a homer by Kyle Schwarber to make the score 1-1. And guess who made it 2-1? Yes, you guessed it right. Jonathan Pena once again with a go-ahead solo shot, making the score 2-1. They were able to attack another run in the 8th by Jordan Alvarez. Now, this is where things get interesting. 3-1. Bottom of the 8th. The Phillies were able to put 1 run on the board. The score is 3-2. There's 2 outs. There was an amazing and insane play by Mancini, ex-Oriole, who was acquired from the Baltimore Orioles at the trade deadline. Everybody wanted him to get his ring. He fought off numerous injuries, including colon cancer. So he was most definitely deserving, and one of the players that I cheered for the most. Congratulations to him. He made what I think was one of the, if not the best game saving plays, because if that's run would score, who knows what would happen. So the final score 3-2. They went back, got into the plane, flew all the way to Texas, to Houston, Minute Maid Park for the final game. Could the Phillies fight off? Unfortunately, the Houston Astros were just too much. Houston Astros versus the Phillies. They gave the ball to Mr. Quality Start, a.k.a. Mr. Valdez, against Zach Wheeler. Valdez did his thing, only 1 earned run. Another Kyle Schwarber home run for the Philly side. Now, the thing that stood out to me and gave me 2020 vibes of the World Series, I don't know if you guys remember, the Dodgers versus the Tampa Bay. Snell got taken off when he was basically unhittable Game 6. What happened? Well, the bullpen collapsed and basically they lost that game. I feel the Philadelphia Phillies took out starter Zach Wheeler. He had 1 out. He was still dealing. He had the lead. They put in Alvarado, and unfortunately, you know the rest. There came a 3-run shot by Jordan Alvarez. And that's all she wrote, folks. Congratulations once again to the Philadelphia Phillies for getting there. They were the Cinderella story throughout the whole playoffs. No one expected them to be in the World Series. But kudos to the Houston Astros. I predicted it. Too much experience. They were hungry. They were like wolves to the sheep on the other side. I think next year's baseball season will be absolutely insane. Monitoring what's going to happen with Aaron Judge. He's a free agent. There's tons of free agents. One last thing, and on to NFL. On the MLB side, Jonathan Pena won a Gold Glove. He was the American League Championship MVP, and he was the World Series MVP. Keep in mind, he's a rookie. And he was replacing Carlos Correa, the Puerto Rican shortstop who went to the Minnesota Twins. He had big shoes to fill, and not only he filled those shoes, but exceeded expectations. Congratulations. On to the NFL portion of my show. Week 9 was upon us, and it was an absolutely great weekend filled with a lot of football excitement. I myself was able to get some steaks, beer, potatoes, watch Scott Hansen on a big screen and the red zone. There were a lot of different things happening when it comes to fantasy football. Joe Mixon put up 55 points, 5 touchdowns. It's just insane. I feel bad to whoever had to face Mixon. I lucked out. I did not have to face Mixon, but I had Tyreek Hill, who got a whooping 20-some odd points. I got Davante Adams, who cooked for 36 before last week's almost golden goose egg with his 1 catch. So my team was just loaded. I am on a 2-game winning streak, and now I'm to 4 wins and 5 losses. I'm 6 in the standings. I think I'm getting to the playoffs. Hooray for me. I'm coming for the crown, baby. Now, on to football itself. I'm just going to pick a few games that I absolutely enjoy from the red zone. I had to go with the Dolphins and Bears. Final score, Dolphins 35, the Bears 32. The Dolphins went on the road into Soldier Stadium, took care of business, and got their 6th win. They're 6-3 now. They got some added players on defense. They got Chubb, so that's always good. And on to the Bears. They got Chase Claypool, wide receiver, another weapon. So Justin Fields can cook. Now, Justin Fields put up an insane 40-piece Whataburger on fantasy. So if you had them, you were cooking. Although the Bears did not get the win, we have to say that the Bears every week look good. They went to the Cowboys, were able to put up some points in what people say one of the best defenses in the league. They cooked the Patriots. Now the Miami Dolphins, they almost beat them, and they put up 30 points. Who would have thought in 2022 the Bears offense is finally clicking? So that's a positive, even though they weren't able to get the win. So congratulations to the Dolphins. They are in the playoff wildcard hunt. Now, into another game that I absolutely loved was the Bills versus the Jets. Wow, man, oh man. This was the upset of the week. This made me lose my parlay, but hey, I enjoyed the game. The New York Jets were at 10.5 underdogs, and they beat, arguably, the best team in football in the Buffalo Bills 20-17. And not only that, but their defense was able to get some turnovers, 2 interceptions by Josh Allen. That is really uncommon, not a sight that we're used to seeing. But hey, the Jets, MetLife Stadium, they were able to get the win. They beat, on paper, the best team. You know what? Let me go on a limb here and say they beat the best team in football. And they did it with defense, and Wilson bounced back from a dreadful performance in last week's games. We're looking forward to what the Jets are going to do. I mean, the Jets are now 6-3. That's insane. Let's see what's going to happen. There were a couple of teams on buys. Week 10, will be a really, really important week. There's a lot of going when it comes to the playoff hunt. The NFC and the AFC, there are some things that are absolutely incredible. For example, we have the Chiefs, the Bills, but then we have some other teams like the Miami Dolphins who are now in contention. We also have on the NFC side, we have the Seahawks, which are actually leading their division. So that's kind of absolutely insane when it comes to the playoff picture. Let's see what happens. There are some teams struggling. The Rams lost against the Bucks. The Bucks got into first place once again. Anything could happen. This week we will be monitoring and following what will happen with the playoff hunt. Since we're getting into week 10, it's this down the stretch, baby. You have to play good football in order to get to the playoffs. I want to take this time and thank all the people who always show a lot of support. I receive direct messages giving me nothing but love and feedback. I appreciate the love to the people who have subscribed, shared my videos, and gotten the word out to people. Kudos to you. If you want to make any type of collaboration with yours truly, maybe you want to get some help in video editing, maybe a little bit of rendering help or 3D animations, this is the studio for you. White Wolf Studios here, always here to help. Shoot down a comment down below, or maybe some predictions or on who will go into the playoffs, on who will be the Super Bowl winner. Till next time, guys, there's going to be a couple of videos this week. I hope everybody has an excellent week. Sayonara. So long. Jose Juan out. Adios.